a stretching routine I call 7 Up. It starts while you're still in bed and then moves to the floor. Begin with the toe flex. Before getting out of bed, straighten your legs and flex your toes toward your shins. Why? As you sleep, the tops of your feet are pressed down by the bed and blankets, shortening your Achilles tendon. If you stand up and put weight on your feet too soon, you can cause micro tears in the fascia under the heel and arch of your foot and aggravate plantar fasciitis. Next is the bent over hip sway. Place your hands on the seat of a chair or bed. Your hips should be at a right angle and your feet about shoulder width apart. Slowly sway to the left and the right. You will feel all the small muscles in your hips moving and stretching in the hip socket. Stay in control and pay attention to how your hips are feeling. Katie Bowman of Nutritious Movement says to sway for 7 or 8 minutes, but just stay as long as you desire. Afterward, you can stretch your shoulders by putting your arms high or low on the chair, depending on your comfort level, and push your head through your straight arms. Next up is the kneeling hip flexor stretch. This is great if you have tight front of your hips. So hold on to the side of the bed or the chair, go down on one knee as you see here, and you're going to press your hips forward. You'll feel the stretch on the front of your hip of the knee that's on the ground. If you're feeling especially balanced and good, go ahead and lift your arm up and lean over to the side. You can also press and release, and press and release, depending on how it feels. When you're done, you can go to the other side, putting your opposite leg in front, holding onto the bed or chair for support, pressing into that hip, nice and steady. You don't want to go to pain, you just want to go to where it feels tight. And then, like I said before, you can raise your arm up to get a little extra stretch. If you want to do the pulsing too, assuming that you have no pain, feel free to do so. Okay, we are ready for the 4th exercise. It's called the cat-cow. You're going to go onto your hands and knees and raise your spine toward the ceiling, tucking your chin and tucking your tailbone. And then you're going to do the opposite, lifting your head and lifting your tailbone. You're creating a cat position followed by a cow position. And as you raise up with your spine, you're going to breathe out. And as you release, you're going to breathe in. Great. Moving on, you're just going to flip over onto your back, however you like. And we're going to do knee to chest. So all you do is extend one leg and bring the other knee up to your chest, squeezing it gently to your torso. Try to relax your hips so that both hip bones are resting on the floor and not lifting up. After holding for a few seconds or a few breaths, then switch legs. Try to keep your straight leg straight and your bent leg relaxed. If you feel a pinching in the front of the hips, that is normal, but you don't want to push it. Just relax, try to breathe through that, and then switch and go back to the other side again. After you've done several on both sides, then we are ready to move on to our next stretch. Go ahead and flip over to your stomach, put your arms down by your sides, and turn your head to the left or the right, doesn't matter. And all you want to do is put your cheek on the floor and relax. Go ahead and turn your heels out so that your toes are touching and your heels are splaying out to the sides. That will help your low back. After a few breaths, go ahead and switch to the other side and relax. This is fantastic for your nervous system, and it releases a lot of tension and creates mobility in your neck that will set you up for a great day. And really, you only need to do this one a couple times on each side. Once or twice on each side is plenty. Just hold for a few breaths, try to melt into the floor, and then switch over to the other side. All right, as you finish up, go ahead and push yourself to a seated position. We are on the last stretch of this 7-Up routine, and it's called Sukhasana. And it's kind of like crossing your legs, but your legs are wide and long. They're not going to be crossed in close to you. Just put one leg in front of the other. You're going to tuck your tailbone, drop your chin towards your chest, and slowly curve your back. You don't want to have a flat back. You want your back to be curved. And just go as far as what feels comfortable for you. Use your hands to support you if you feel like you need to support your low back. But try to separate the vertebrae and relax. Slowly push yourself back up and switch the direction of your legs. Again, tuck your tailbone, drop your chin first, and then begin to slowly lower down. The goal is not to get to the floor. The goal is to try to create as much curve in your spine as possible. This move is fantastic. You can do it a couple times on each leg or just once, but when you're finished, go ahead and roll up to a sit, and you are done. 7-Up stretching routine complete, and you're ready for a fantastic day.